Are we doing enough to prevent people from drowning? Raynald Hawkins is Executive Director of the Lifesaving Society, and he joins us now. Hi, Raynald.
Hi, thank you very much for your invitation.
Yeah, it's, listen, unfortunately, when we talk, it's always because we have, news of, several deaths over the course of a weekend. And I would imagine for you, Raynald, in your position at the Lifesaving Society, you must be so tired of this interview.
You know what? I started 30 years ago to start those key messages. So year after year, summer after summer, I have to repeat those key messages. But the good news, if I can say that.
Please give me the good. Yeah, I'd love to hear the good news. Yeah.
The good news, when I started this position 30 years ago, that's mean 3 decades, we had 200 drowning tuition per year in Quebec province. Mm-hmm. Now the average is close to 80. So when I see those data going down with the last 3 decades, give me a very good sentence about yes, we need to repeat that, and we can see the result at the end of the summer. But when we have one drowning, is one too much, mm-hmm. because we know the drowning is preventable, and that's why I'm here today with you and try to convince everyone to follow our water and boating safety tips.
Yeah, of course, that's the key there. These are preventable deaths, and that's why it's so important we do talk about it. Raynald, though, this summer, though, do we have early indications that this summer, though, has been a bad one for Quebec?
If I want to compare with last year, the answer is yes, because yesterday I took my data based on the media report, and I can tell you, we are close to 40, 41, versus 28 at the same time for last year. But if I want to took only June month, mm-hmm. Last year I had 11 water dead related, and now we have 22.
Okay.
So, but yes, we can also compare year after year with the weather. This June was very high level with the temperature. Mm-hmm. The weather was very, very hot many days, like this week too. So, and that means more people near the water or in the water or on the water increase also my mathematic probability to have those injuries and death situation.
And I'm sure COVID-19, because everyone's staying in Quebec and going to the chalet or going to the cottage or going to a lake, this is
right.
That's probably part of this too, eh?
For sure, because usually we have a lot of Quebecois, they spend the weekends in Plattsburgh, for example, or inside the Atlantic provinces, or on the east coast of the United States, and now they stay here in Quebec, and they want to be close to the water, and that's why we can find them on rivers, lakes, backyard pool, and we know we increase also the sales of the backyard pool and increase the sales of kayak, canoeing, paddleboard. So that means a lot of people on the water, and we can explain that also why we have many drowning situations this year.
Raynald, one of the things that I look at when I read all these stories, right, and this weekend particularly bad, but one thing that always strikes me is the ages. You see, you'll hear, the 3-year-old in the back pool. You hear about the teenager in the lake. You hear about a senior citizen. It seems like it affects all different types of ages. So would you say that we in general, people in general, overestimate how good they are at swimming?
For sure. For 50% of the relative of those victims, they told us inside the coroner investigation, they were swimmer. So, but my point is maybe we overestimate our swimming skills. So, and that's why I always say maybe in Quebec, we can say, we can go in the water to have a bathing activities versus to have a real swimming skills. So we underestimate our swimming skills, and maybe it could be a reason why I don't wear my life jacket or my personal flotation device. But with those cases, what I found during the last weekend, many of the victims, they didn't wear or they didn't wear appropriately their life jacket. And we know we can save lives with those flotation devices. About the toddlers, is their same reality, have a direct access to the swimming pool, the backyard pool, without the adult supervision. I know it's very hard to say that, but again, I think it's very important to educate your children. You cannot go in the swimming pool, inside the backyard pool, or inside the lakes because we are in the cottage without your mom and dad. Like what we did with the streets, for example, we always say to the kids, you cannot cross the street without mom and dad. This is the same key messages we can tell our toddlers about swimming activities or bathing activities.
Raynald, who should be wearing a life jacket? Should almost all of us be wearing a life jacket if we're around water?
When we are on the water, at least for the boats or at least 6 meters and less, okay, you don't have any choice. You have to wear it. The federal regulations say you need to bring it with the appropriate size for everyone. But my point is you need to wear it also. I know this is a personal choice, like what Transport Canada said this morning in the different media. But my point of view is if we want to save 20 lives every year only for the Quebec province, I think we don't have any choice. We have to wear the life jacket all the time. And the manufacturers now, they develop those floatable PFDs, the appropriate size for kayaking or canoeing or personal watercraft. So you have no reason to didn't wear it. And I know the principal reason why the people, they don't want to wear it is because they don't think they need that, because they don't think they will follow overboard. But all the drowning situation present that point. They fell overboard and they didn't have the life jacket, or they didn't wear appropriately this personal flotation device. And we know we can save life with that.
Raynald, we're out of time. I want to thank you for coming on the program. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
That's Raynald Hawkins putting it very clearly just how serious and important it is, especially when it comes to wearing a life jacket. He's the executive director of the Lifesaving Society.